going to be the objectives of this training. See, you are going to see the each and every phase of the DMAC process. Outview, overview. What are the key takes? What are you going to learn? What are you going to get trained in each and every phase of the Lean Six Sigma process? Okay, that is DMAC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, and followed by the key steps. See, each and every phase is composed of, sorry, each and every phase is composed of steps. When we complete those steps one by one, you'll be able to achieve the goals easily without any hasteness, without any barriers. So we will know the key steps which you have to achieve. Then the tools which you have to use, the techniques which you have to follow, and the main deliverables. So what is going to be the main deliverables at the end of each phase? You will be taking some outcomes at the end of each phase, like define what is going to be the outcome, measure what is going to be the outcome, analyze what is going to be the outcome. That will also be discussed. Then regarding the data types, see, when you are going to deal with data, so I think if someone of you, do you please mute? I am hearing large noises. So what is going to be the data types which we deal with? So depending upon the type of data, madam, could you please mute the voice which I'm hearing, because
Yes, yes, sir.
the headset is too sensitive. I am hearing everything clearly. Okay. So we have to deal with data. So we should be aware of what kind of data we have to deal with and how to use the techniques for every data. Then the important thing is descriptive statistics. We are going to deal with descriptive statistics. We will see what is that. And finally, we will see some quick assessment about the DMAC process also. Okay. So what is going to be the important objectives of the define phase? See, to be very precise, all of us know Dr. Albert Einstein. Dr. Albert Einstein told, see, actually, if I had 55 minutes, if I had 60 minutes to solve a problem in my life, and if my life depends upon the answer of the particular problem, and I will take 55 minutes to define the problem. That is, if he said, if he was given 60 minutes to solve a problem and it depends upon his life, that is, if he doesn't solve the problem, it looks like his life may end. But in that scenario also, he will take 55 minutes to define the problem. So a scientist like Albert Einstein, he knows the importance of the defining the problem. Okay, so in Lean Six Sigma process, defining is very critical. Defining is ultimate, because if you define the problem in a incorrect manner, in an improper manner, then the entire path which you took from there is going to be completely wrong. It doesn't lead you to success. It is not going to beneficial to the company. Okay, so in the define phase, we are going to see, is this project important to business? Okay, so whether a business case exists, what is this business case? What is this business? So actually, suppose if I took a problem and convert that into a project and solve it, whether it will have a profit to my organization, whether it will reduce customer dissatisfaction, whether it will improve my company's turnover, or whether it may reduce the cycle time, it should have some importance to the business. Then only that project will be moved to the next stage. So you must make sure that the problem which you have defined and which you are going to convert that into project must have some importance, must have some business importance. Next, does a business case exist? What is a business case? We will see that in detail. So in the defined case, we are going to select a project and convert that in define. You are selecting a problem and convert that into a project, and we must make sure it has some importance, business importance. Then you must look whether a business case exists. Okay, and then you have to identify the CTQs. What is the CTQs? I think you would have heard some glimpse about the CTQs in the previous sessions during the introduction. that is critical to qualities. What is this critical to qualities? Y is equal to f of x. See, instead of concentrating on y, if I adjust the x, I will be able to change the y. That is what Dr. Sivakumar was explaining you in the previous session. So I have to identify the critical to quality factors. Okay, that will help me to improve my output easily. Okay, so I have to do that in the define phase. Then I have to look into the project plans and the key milestones. Okay, so how to execute the project? What are the key phases of the project? This should be identified. Okay, this is what we are going to see in the define phase. Okay, what are the steps in the define phase? The first and foremost thing is project identification. See, I have a lot of problems. So if I ask for a problem, I may get a lot of problem. I may get a lot of information from about the particular issues from manufacturing, from quality control, from purchase, from inventory control, okay, from logistics. Okay, so first I have to identify the projects. So each problem gives me opportunity to do a project and improve my performance, improve the company's performance, improve the particular department's performance. So I have to identify the project. Then out of 10 projects, if I have to select the project. See, every department will be eager to get an issue resolved so that they can improve the performance. So out of that, I have to choose a project which is going to create an impact in my organization growth, which is going to create a, which is going to influence my customer satisfaction. Okay, which is going to reduce my cycle time or something which is more beneficial to my organization or something which reduces the performance gap in my process. So I have to select the project in such a manner. Then I have to go for a project charter. See, now I have identified the project. I have selected the project. So the next thing is I have to put them everything in the form of a document. Okay, in industries, we always rely on documents. Wherever we go, there will be a documentation process either in the form of software or in the form of a written text. So you have to develop a project charter. So in the define phase, we have to develop a project charter and finalize it. Finalizing in the sense it must be approved properly by concerned relevant authorities. Then high level process map. So that is we are speaking about SIPOC. So high level process map, which will be helpful for both the Six Sigma team and the entire sponsors, everyone to understand the process that is happening in the organization. Without understanding the process, definitely we won't be able to finalize the scope, the boundary lines. So this high level process map will help the team to understand the scope and the boundary lines and the timeline and everything which is related to the project. So you must remember in the define phase, we are going to focus on these 3 steps alone. You have to identify the project, you have to select the project, then you have to develop a project charter and finalize it, followed by a high level process map. Okay, so for a define phase, as I told you earlier, we will be using some tools and techniques. Okay, so without the tools, definitely you won't be able to execute those steps easily. So project charter is one of the important tool. As I told you earlier, the project charter will have all the informations from the project goals and the available resources, timelines, who are going to be in the project, and everything will be present in the project charter. And we are going to see all these tools and techniques in a detailed manner. Actually, this session is like just a promo to a program. For example, if you are going for a film, sometimes even before releasing the film, now they are releasing the promo or the teaser of the film, right? So that will give some more curiosity. That will create some curiosity. It will add some fire to the film fans. Like that, this session is purely a promo to the entire 48-hour session, entire Lean Six Sigma process, which you are going to learn from now onwards. For another 5 days, you are going to learn all these things in a detailed manner. So no need to worry if you are not able to get everything in detail now. Okay, so many questions will arise. Okay, you will have what is this, what is that? He is saying, just saying a single line about that. Don't worry, all your questions will be answered in a detailed manner in the coming session by different experts. I myself is going to handle some of the tools. Dr. Sivakumar is going to handle a lot of tools. Dr. Ramakrishnan, there are so many experts are going to help you to learn and understand this tool in a clear manner. So don't worry now. So many questions will definitely arise. That is the purpose of this particular session. So when it comes to define phase, you are going to use a know about the Kano model. You are going to learn about the SIPOC, that is supplier input process, output, and customers. Then Pareto chart, a wonderful tool. Tomorrow morning, I myself will be taking this particular chart. It will help you to find out the exact trouble, where the trouble lies. I have 10 problems, where I have to choose, which one I have to choose. This will help you to do that. Then critical to quality tree, convert these CTQs into a measurable characteristics. How to convert? Customer says, I want a very good service. What does it mean? You have to convert that into a number. Then only it will be easy for you to measure. How to do that? CTQ will help you to do that. And Y is equal to F of X. Just now, Dr. Shivakumar has poured a lot of information on this content. Then voice of customer and voice of business. See, without this voice of customer and voice of business, it is difficult to develop CTQs. Okay, it is very difficult to convert the voice without CTQs and VOC. So without VOC and VOB, you won't get a CTQ. So we are getting this CTQs from the VOC and VOB only. That is voice of customer and voice of VOB. That is why I said the customer want a very good service. What does he mean very good service? You can convert that into a CTQ. So voice of customer and voice of business. Then a toll gate review. The toll gate review is going to give you the key milestones, what is going to be the important outcomes of each and every phase. This toll gate review can be done at any phase of the Lean Six Sigma process. So in this define phase, we are going to execute 3 steps. Okay, we are going to select a problem. We are going to finalize the project. Okay, then we are going to develop a project charter through the 3 steps. For that, you are going to use the tools in a different stages. Some of you may ask, these tools may be used in certain tools here. They are compatible and can be used in other phases also. For example, take the Pareto chart. They can be used in analyze phase. Okay, some tools are compatible. It can be used in other phases also. Okay, then, so the important deliverable of the defined phase, that is the important outcome. So what I will